All right, I'm Nick. Now, a few days ago, I told you that I would go over how I rigged the Salty PDL, right? The Old Town Sportsman Salty 120 PDL. I have been fishing from it. I've been using it as my guide boat, right, on all of our offshore charters. You probably see it in the video the other day. It is a good kayak, right? Now, these are three things that I would do to any of our PDLs the day we get them before we go fishing. Not so much the client kayaks. I like the clients to have it in its completely stock configuration. But these are three things that I would do to any kayak that I'm going to fish from instantly without hesitation to improve the performance of the kayak. The first one is the vertebral. Now, this bolt, very easy install. I will put the full video to this right up here and in the description. All it does is replace the pin that comes right here on the factory configuration, and it allows you to adjust this nut using a Phillips head on top and a 7/16 on the bottom. So this doesn't just flail back and forth. In the full video, if you watch the video after this, you will see that this eventually just flops back and forth effortlessly. That means while you're pedaling, any kind of wind or current will just turn the rudder on its own and it tracks terribly. This guy resolves that. On the original PDL, it came with the setup just like this. They changed the steering handle and they added a tension knob. The tension knob is a cool idea, but you need to constantly adjust it. If you tighten it down, it digs into the plastic. You have to pull it up. You just put more and more stress on the steering knob. I don't like it. It's not efficient. It's not very good, okay? And most people have already experienced that because we sell a ton of these things. So check that out. It is the very first thing that we do. We do it to the majority of the client kayaks as well, because if they're out there, they're constantly trying to adjust the rudder. It's not a good experience for them, okay? The next thing, item number 2. Now, if you're using the bolt, the tension knob is irrelevant. So we install this. All it is a larger steering knob. You'll be able to see me install it here. It comes off very easy. You will need a small screwdriver that will allow you to remove the knob on the stock handle. Pull that off, you remove a screw, you use the screw that we provide and the screw that's already there to install this. It's gonna let your hands sit on here like this and you can push left and right. The other thing it stops is when we go to exit the kayaks in the surf, a lot of times our life jackets or our clothing will catch on that knob. And I don't have one here because I just threw it in the garbage. But you'll see pictures of stuff where people have jumped out of their kayaks and it's caught that little circular knob and it breaks in half. This is going to stop that because it's bigger and you can't catch anything on it, okay? That was one of the whole goals of it. And then you can use your thumb to push and your fingers to pull back. It really makes turning in heavy current much easier. And remember, the tension knob is useless because the bolt is going to change your life. Very simple, easy installs, and they make huge differences, okay? I'm not fishing in it without those going forward, no questions asked. The next thing is the floating propeller nut. And remember, there's going to be videos to all three of these items up here and below in the description so you can check them out. They're all very useful items, right? I get a ton of emails asking this exact question. Nick, what's the first thing you do to your kayak? So I figured I would just address it to the best of my ability right here. This is the floating propeller nut. Now, when we first made the floating wrench, we made a floating nut, but you still needed the wrench to remove the nut. But why do you want to go dig for your wrench if you can just take this off with your hands? Now, we have sold an unreal amount of these things. Obviously, it's gone over very well. It was a pretty solid idea. Uh-oh, someone's breaking out. Hey, go, close the door. I'm videoing, close the door. She gone. Solid idea, works really well, and it stops you from needing to go grab a wrench. You just take it off with one hand, right? You can see it in this video here. You can watch the full video. My daughter broke out, threw me off, right? Very easy to do, makes a huge difference. Obviously it floats, it's orange on purpose, that way it's very visible. You can see it if you drop it, and you're never gonna have any issues with durability. I had some guys go, well, if it was metal, it would be better. Well, that's not true. Your nylock nut, your metal nut, actually has nylon in it, and that's a type of plastic that actually holds it on. So the plastic threads right here will go on in place and hold it there without any issues. I have the original one we made on a Predator out there. Never changed it. It's good to go. When we do sell them, we sell them in packs of 2. Just so you do have a spare that you can just leave in your PDL drive and grab whenever it's needed. Probably never ever get used, but I'd rather you have 2 just in case, or you can just give one to your friend. And that's it. Those are 3 items that really make your life easier. The last one probably being the most important. You pedal over propeller line or pedal over fishing line in your propeller. It's very, very easy to remove it without reaching for tools. Huge time saver, could potentially save you from being in a very dangerous situation, and I highly recommend it. And that's it for the video. Those are 3 things that I do to the Salty or any other PDL before I go fishing in them. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or shoot me an email at nick@navarrekayakfishing.com. Thanks for watching.